Welcome to hell. Welcome. No, no, no. Whoa, whoa, lag. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What we don't got is your mom. And your mama. Okay. So, yeah, it is. So we got we got this done. Got a lot of it done. We're up to here.
Back for part 3 of this RMS Lusitania tutorial. Today's focus is the beginning of the ship's superstructure, so we're going to add the main deck first and then go on to about 2 decks worth of superstructure. So we'll start with that. We'll start with the main deck at least. So we're going to go right to the back end of the ship, and we're going to start by adding the first deck, which I've already said, from the stern.
You can't hear me. No, then your volume is down too low. I have it against my lips. Oh, I'm not a nerd. I'm not a nerd. You see, look, you can see from here, this little bar down here, that indicates how loud I'm talking. And the green part, you see those like little things, how they're like, yeah, your mom. Also, screw your AirPods.
Forward. So start at the stern, very tip of the stern, and build the deck at stern level. Makes sense. Go right to the back end, which takes all day. And we get our wood blocks. And what we're going to do is go right down to the tip of the stern, and on the inside just add the wood decking from the top end of the stern, so the stern height here, as you can see. And that deck will go all the way to the front of the ship. So I'll add the first few rows of wood, and then I shall cheat by using.
Oh, hold on. I gotta reset this. I don't know. What soda are you drinking? Well, I don't know. Okay, so can you just tell me? Just tell me what soda you are drinking. I don't know. I can't guess. I can't guess. I need you to tell me.
Using of course, fill the way with it, and this deck should all fill in.
Cherry vanilla. How the fuck? What the fuck
Maybe
is a
today,
cherry
maybe
vanilla
tomorrow, but
Coke?
who knows? We shall see.
You're drinking Coke.
Right, there we go. There's the deck added. It took a bit
Not
longer than I
drink it,
expected.
stupid.
Invisible jump cut there. So there we go. There's the deck added. I'm just going to go to the front end and make sure it's gone the full distance. La 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 la. That's how I'm going to count tip of the stern here, and like I say, on the wood, that's the first block. We're going to count to the 107th forward. So that's 10. 20, we're going to count to the 107th forward. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And how far do we want? 107. So that's 104, 105, 106, 107 there. So on the 107th block, we'll put our colour block to mark the centre. And then we want to build a wall which is 9 wide. So that's 4 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. And then we want to build a wall sort of curving forward. So we want 3 rows of 5 curving forward basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 rows of 5 curving forward basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,
Hold on, how the fuck are we doing this?
3 rows of 5 curving forward basically. So 1, 2.
So it's... Where am I curving at? Oh, okay, it's gonna work on the side, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sort of curving forward. So we want...
Wait, hold on, why does it say I have 2 people? Who are the 2 people? It says just you and me. Who are the 2 people? Oh, whatever.
3 rows of 5 or 5 like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2. Rows of 5 curving forward basically. So it sort of curves in a sort of vague V shape forward. So I do the same the other side.
I feel like he has
1,
more
2, 3, 4,
space.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And it should look,
No, never mind.
in theory, something like that. And then for the sides, we're going to build forward. We want to build forward 135 forward. So once again, from the ends of the 5, build forward 135. So I measure it as I go along. So that's the first block there. And we want to build, like I say, 135 blocks forward. So it may take a while. Just basically all the way forward up to the beginning of the white wall. So just build all the way forward and hopefully it will line up. That's the theory anyway. Right, so how far is that? That is 111, so a little bit further to go. That is 133, 134 and 135. There we go. So that's 135 there. And if we want to make it 136, we will. Make it 136. I shall measure that, as it says there, 136 at the end of that pink sentence. And then build out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And you do the same on the other side, so 135, or 136 rather, all the way forward. And then 5 out to the side. And then you increase the height of these walls to 4 blocks high, so...
Okay.
Two, three, 4.
Okay, just make sure I'm doing this correctly. $135. What's this? This is 132. Okay, so then I copied it from the bottom. No, I copied it from the top, and then slash copy flip right. Am I? Okay. And paste. There we go. Then L7.
Build it 4 blocks height. The deck will sit on top of those walls. So like I say, I shall quickly increase the height of these walls to 4 blocks high. And then I shall copy it to the other side. That's the theory at least anyway. So we'll sit quartz like that. And I'll try and do this freehand.
Oh, whoever just joined. No, you're back.
centre at the, that's the theory. Right, all done. On both. Or that we built in part. And what we're going to do is from this top block here, and it's the same on both sides, we're going to build a line, and it's going to be 133 blocks down the side. So it's basically creating the upper deck. So from this block we build 133. So that's the first block, and we want 133 down the side. So I shall quickly build this now. And as you can see, it creates the overhang of what will be the well, not an overhang as such, but a raised deck and an open promenade area. So like I say, I build it 133 long. No, yeah, 133 blocks long, and it should go all the way to the back end. And I'll measure it when I get there. So how far is that? That is 106, so a bit further. And that is 131, 132, 133, like that. So there we are. That's 133 there. And at the end of the 133, we want to add 6. So one on the inside, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we add 2, 1, 2, like that. Then we want to build inwards 2, so 1, 2 that way. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus a colour block to mark the centre. Like so. That centre block is in line with the centre block below there. So there we are. So that's the outside edge done there. Now do the same the other side. Excuse me. Let's get this. So once again, back to the raised white wall on the side, and we add the 133, and I shall measure as I go along. So that's the first block, and we'll carry on with the line all the way down the side. So 133 is what we want, in theory, and everything should all line up. Right, so how far is that? That is 108, a bit further yet. That is 132, so 133 like that. And then it was 6 at the end, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2, 1, 2. And then 2 inwards, 1, 2. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there we go. That is in line. Or connects to that centre line, and it looks fine. So there we are. That is the raised deck done there, and it should look something like that. So what we want to do now is go to the end of the row of 6. So this is the same again on both sides. So we've got the row of 6 here, and below that we're going to add pillars. So we're going to add our first pillar down, which is 3 blocks, like so. The row of 6. So this is the same again on both sides. So we've got the row of 6 here, and below that we're going to add pillars. So we're going to add our first pillar down, which is 3 blocks, like so. There's our first pillar, and I think we want 20 pillars going from here all the way forward. 20 pillars, and build a pillar basically every 7th block. So that's the first pillar, so go 7 blocks from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and add another pillar. So that's 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, add a pillar. Like I said, there should be 20, but you can always improvise. And then 7, add a pillar. So that should be 20, but you can always improvise. And then, like I say, every 7th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pillar again. Say every 7th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, thank God I noticed that.
3, 4. That sort of looks something like that. And it don't look too bad. So what I'm going to do now, quickly copy those pillars to the other side just to save a bit of time. So pillars to the other side, and everything should be all okay. So like I say, just quickly copy that to the other side, and everything should be all okay. So like I say, just quickly copy that to the other side, and everything should be okay. And there we go, there's the pillars on the other side. So that's all 20 pillars. I've not actually counted how many there are, but I'll just check that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it's 20 pillars, that's fine. So that's all 20 pillars. Marvellous, wonderful, done. And that's that job there. Now, on the inside walls that we built a minute ago, these long walls on the inside of the deck, you can start adding your doors and windows to them. So we'll start put a pair of doors there, like so. 2, 3, no, 8. Another pair of doors. It's basically, yeah, doors made it a bit easier. So I'll come back and sort those out later on, but we're going to add the deck first. So we're going to go back to the back end of the well, where we added the back wall there, this back beam, and what we're going to do is just add the deck from there, like so. And this basically, this deck will go from here all the way to the tip of the bow. So, and as you build the deck will sit on top of those inside walls like so, and just build that deck all the way forward, and it should all be okay. So what I'll do, I use the fill tool again. So fill wood by 300, and that should fill in all the way to the tip of the bow, in theory. And yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Oh, there we go. That was quicker than I expected. So there we are, there's the deck added, and as you can see, it's gone from the back end of this raised deck over the top of the inside walls, as you can see here, over the top of the pillars, and it goes all the way, I think, to the tip of the bow. Need to make sure of that. And yep, that's fine. So that's gone all the way, well, not quite actually, it's just stopped short, so we'll just carry on that deck all the way to the tip, like so. And there we go, there's the deck all fitted. And I wonder why it stopped so short. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the deck added there, and that's the first phase of the ship so far. So what I'm going to do now, I'll do a jump cut while I work out what to do next, and then we shall move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So what we're going to do now is work on the next deck of the superstructure. So what we're going to do is go to the tip of the bow at the front of the ship, on the, well, the first block of wood anyway. So here's the tip of the bow, and the first block of wood is this one here. And what we're going to do is go from this first block and count back to the 68th block back. So that's block 1 there. Just count back to block 68. And I've already put a marker there, but I'm going to measure it anyway. So that's back to block 68. And I've already put a marker there, but I'm going to measure it anyway. So that's 50, 60, and then 68 is that block there. So block 68, I shall put a colour block to mark the centre. So that's block 68, and then we're going to build a wall which is 9 wide. So that again is 4 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. And then we're going to build curving sort of towards the back. We want 2 rows of 4. So either side we want 2 rows of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2 like that. Curving sort of towards the back, we want 2 rows of 4. So either side we want 2 rows of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2 like that. Oh, and 1, 2 again. So that's 3 rows of 2. And then we want to build back along the side. We want 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. and then 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 2 rows of 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, and then we want a line of 20. 21, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there we are. There's 21 down the side. So you do that same thing on the other side, so that same design, and then you increase the walls to 5 high. So I'll quickly copy this to the other side to get it out of the way. So it's the same design on both sides, so I'll quickly copy it. So from there to there we do copy, flip, paste, and there we go. There's the other side as well. So you've got the curved front wall like so, and like I say, you want to increase that all to 5 high now. The wall we just built increased to 5 high, so I shall start at the back, and this will take a few minutes. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So from that point here all the way forward 5 high. So set quartz like so. And well, to be fair, I think what I do a jump cut when I do this. You got the idea of how this is going to go. So 5 high from this point all the way around the side to the other side, and there we go. So like I said, I do a jump cut when I sort that out. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the walls increased in height all the way around, as you can see, 5 high from side to side around the front, and it should look something like that. Right, so that's that job done there. So what we're going to do now is go to the back of the walls we just built, and we're going to build the inside walls now. So these walls here will be at deck level with a 5 high. The inside walls we're going to build now will be 4 blocks high and will support the next deck. So it doesn't matter which side you start on. I'm starting on the left here, and I'm going to build inwards, but it's symmetrical on both sides, so you don't really need to worry. So the inside walls we want to go inwards 9. So at the end of the 21 we go in 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we want to build the sides 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 like so. So it's 15 back. And then we want 2 out like so. So we're building sort of waves in the wall really. So it's 15 back along the side, then 2 out to the side like that. And then we want 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 2 back in again like that, and then we want 33, so 1, 2, 3, 4 in again like that, and then we want 33, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, so it's 33 there. And then we want 2 again, out, 2 like that, and then 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 back in again, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, so it's 33 there, and then we want 2 again, out, 2 like that, and then 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 back in again. And then we want 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we want 2 again. 1, 2, and then 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 2 back in again. And then we want 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 2 again, 1, 2, and then 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 again. So as you can see, we're building waves all the way along, and then after that 2 we want 53. So I build it freehand, so that's the first block there. And we want to build it freehand. freehand 53. So that's first block, and like I say, we want 53. That's 3 blocks long all the way down the side here. And how long is that? That is 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So there we are. That's 53 down the back, down the side like so. And that should, well, that's how it should look there. We want to build inwards. Well, the back wall we won't worry about just yet, because I don't know the actual length of the back wall. But when we get the other side in place, we just join them together with a straight wall. But that is how that should be. So it's in 9, and then you just wiggle all the way down until you get to this point here. So what I'll do, I'll quickly copy that to the other side. And then we'll build it up. So it's got to be 4 blocks high when you get to the other side, when you get to build them upwards. So I should quickly, like I say, copy this to the other side. And I don't know where the centre block is, so I'm going to have to go over to that. Bear with me. So that's the centre block there. Right, so just quickly copy, flip to the right, and then paste. And there we go. There's the other side done. And it should look something like that. So you've got those 2 walls foundations in place like so. And like I say, I want to increase those to 4 blocks high now, all the way from the front end of this row of 9 all the way back down. So 4 high all the way down. Down. So I shall do the first couple of rows, and then once again I'll do a jump cut, otherwise it'll be a high. The reason this, just get this out of the way. I don't really complain. And yeah, so I'll quickly copy this to the. There we go. A 4 wall. Like I said, I don't know what the actual dimension of the back wall is, but I shall count when I build the wall. It's basically just a straight edge from one of the side to the other. So I shall quickly build the bottom bit, and then well, I'll just weld edit it all in, shouldn't I? So there we go. So there's the back wall in place there, and I shall measure it to figure out where the centre block is. So it's 27, so that's 13 there. So there's the centre block there. So I'll put a centre block just there, and there we go. So that's the centre point of the back wall, and that's that job done there. So as before, like I've done on the deck below, and yes, I have added all the doors and windows to the lower deck. You just do the same thing on these walls here. So add the doors and windows to these walls all the way down and around the back as well, and it should be okay. The walls on the outside of the ship, though, we're going to leave those because there's only portholes that go on there. If you look on across to the prototype, you can see the black dots on the side. We'll add them later on, but as long as you get the inside walls in there like so, you should be okay. So long as you add the doors and windows and things. So that's that job to do later on. Right, so now what we're going to do now is add the the deck, basically, like we've done on the lower deck. We're going to add a line of blocks down the side. So from the row of 21 on the outside edge, so you've got this wall here, 21 long, and on the top block of that, which is this one here, we're going to extend the line all the way down the side by 154 blocks long. So that's the first block there. I shall measure that. So that's the first block. And we want 54 blocks long. So that's the first block there. I shall measure that. So that's the first block. And we want 154 blocks. Yeah. So I shall build it freehand. And like I say, we want 154. So it's going to take a little while, but bear with me. da da. Diddly dee dee dee. Da 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 da. That's how far is that? That is 121, so a little bit further to go. And that is 147, so 448, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154. So that should be 154 as it says at the end of that pink sentence. So there we go. 154 there, and then at the end of the 154 we want 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2, 1, 2, and then 2 inwards, 1, 2. So it's basically tracing the deck below. So that's 2 out, 2 in, and then we want 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus a colour block to mark the centre. There we go. And it should look something like that. So you do the same on the other side, same 154, and then the curve around the back, and it should look like it does on this side. And then as before, we'll go back to the row of 6 up here, and like on the deck below, we'll add the pillars. Can't remember how many pillars there are, but we'll add the same 20 pillars, and then add a couple more, because the deck in this area here is slightly longer. So we'll add the same 20 pillars again, and the pillars are in exactly the same place as the pillars below. So you just extend those pillars up to connect to the deck above. So from the top of the last pillars, just build them up like so to connect to the deck above, and it should all be hunky diddly doors. These pillars are a bit taller because they're 4 blocks high, but that will be changing a bit. Well, I mean, I will add a wall between them, but we'll get the pillars in place first. Just get them all in, and they're all separated by 7 blocks again, of course, because they're all in the same place as the ones below. But when we get to the front end, when we add the extra ones, we'll add the extra pillars as well, 7 blocks apart, or every 7th block rather. And there we go. So that's the last pillar there. And we need to add the extra one. So every 7th block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add a pillar there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add a pillar there. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add the last pillar there. So it's basically 3 extra pillars you want, and it should, in theory, look something like that. So you've got the pillars now in place. They do look a bit too high, but that's how I've done it. So what we need to do now is add a wall between the pillars, going all the way down the side and around the back. So we'll do the same on the other side in a bit. So I've not added anything over there yet, but we'll sort that out in a bit. So basically, from the row of 21 again, we'll just add a wall of blocks between all the pillars, going all the way down the side. I should have done this first, but I didn't write it down properly. But anyway, just add the wall all the way between the pillars, all the way down the side, and this will go right the way down around the back to the colour block on the centre. So just carry on all the way down, and it should, in theory, look okay. I know the difference between theory and reality is an awful lot. Theory is good, reality isn't so good. There we get my drift. But there we go. There's the last. Well, the last pillar is just here, so we just add the wall up to that last pillar there, and then we'll add that wall all the way around the back, up to that colour block on the centre, like so. And you do the same thing all the way around the other side, but we've got to do the pillars and things as well. But what I'll do a quick jump, not a jump cut, but I'll do a quick copy paste to get this side copied to the other side. And I'm sure there's going to be complaints, but who really gives us stuff? So. from that point there, there, and place there. That's the. But yeah, you can start adding the doors and windows, like I say, but I'll do that another day. But what we're going to do now is go to the back end of the deck we just, well, the wall on the outside here. What we're going to do now is, once before, like before on the deck below, we shall start adding the deck. So as before, the deck will start at the back end here, and eventually when you get to the inside walls, the walls will support the deck like so, so the deck sits on top, and it shouldn't look too bad. So what I'll do, I'll go roughly halfway along the inside walls, and I just use the fill tool to fill the deck all the way from the back end to the front end of this raised deck. So I shall use the fill tool, fill wood by 300, and it should fill in relatively quickly in theory. Oh, there we go. Oh, fell in. Okay, there we are. So there's the there's the deck all done, and it should look something like that. So you've got the inside walls there. You start adding the doors and windows, and it should all look fine. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Right, so I'm going to fly to the front end and make sure the deck is in place there. And there's an awful lot of pillars, but that's how the ship should be. We just fly up to the front end there, and there we go. That is how that should be. So there will be windows going across that front wall as well, but like I say, we'll worry about that another day. And I think that's kind of all I'm going to do for today. Let me just have a check of my notes and work out what I've got to do. So yeah, I think we'll call it a day there. So we've got 3 decks in place. We've got the main deck, the forecastle deck, and the top deck here. So well, this top deck here will basically be the boat deck, and there'll also be other superstructure going there. So we'll sort that out another day. But what we have here so far is pretty good. So the ship is definitely taking shape, and shouldn't be too bad. So it looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's not brilliant, but it will do. Pardon me. So yeah, but like I said, I'll add the doors and windows later on, and we'll leave it at that. So that is part 3 done. So for part 4, we'll just fly over to the prototype and work out what to do next. Part 4 will be the boat deck superstructure on the top. So you've got the boat deck superstructure just up here. Got lifeboats as well. So there's the bridge there. The boat deck superstructure will consist of the ship's bridge wings, which is those things that stick out the side there, and also the funnel supports. What else can we do in part 4? I'm not really sure, but part 4 we'll probably do the propellers and the rudder. This deck house here on the stern, we'll probably do that in one part on its own later on, but that is a job for another day. But yeah, not really much else to say really. So for part 4, like I say, we'll get the boat deck superstructure out of the way. Let's probably get the bridge as well. Can probably get that out of the way, the ship's wheelhouse, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, not going to do too much, but anyway, we're going to call it a day now. So this is Rich signing off, logging off, disappearing, and I shall return in part 4. So yeah, bye for now.